You heard?
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Matter of Opinions. It's your girl Des.
It's your boy Bamboo with another live effect on Friday night.
It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday.
And we about to do it to y'all once again and again. Just as a disclaimer, for those that don't understand me, fuck off. So what? This is me. You feel me? For those that don't understand me, for those that, got your own opinion based on, the things that I say, I respect your opinion, but it ain't gonna change bamboo at all. You know what I'm saying?
Here we
We don't
go.
say things to piss people off. We don't say things,
On
saying
purpose. On
oh,
purpose.
uh, eh, sometimes my shit be on purpose. I need you to understand how the fuck I feel. But at the end
OMG.
of the day, we don't say shit to want to piss you off. You know what I mean? We don't say shit that's personal. We just talk shit. So deal with it. It is what it is. You feel me? But we got Bella in the building. We
Hey
got Chevy
Keith,
Man.
Bella, Tranika. How y'all doing?
Got my boy Chevy Man in the building. Yo, Anthony, man, we still trying to figure out this ticket situation, man, with this car show shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you can get in touch with Tamika and figure that shit out, you heard? We got Tranika in the building. You feel me? And we about to start our shit, talking our shit about our shit. And listen, if you a name brand whore, then that's just what you are. You understand what I'm saying?
Something is wrong with you.
Yeah, this ain't personal. You know what I'm saying? But let me be the first to tell you. Well, I'm gonna give you a couple. I'm gonna give it another minute and 40 seconds, and then I'm gonna tell you what I feel about you, name brand horse.
Mm. I think
Point blank. Period.
I think that you should kind of be easy on them because
Absolutely
you
not.
done already scared off Lil Tan.
Oh, I didn't
And
scare Little Tan off. I did not scare off Little Tan. I big up the Little Tan. You know what I'm saying? I still got a lot of respect for her content. I bigged up her channel. You know what I'm saying? I big up anybody that I come in touch with. I big up. You understand what I'm
yeah, but
saying?
I think you scared her
Well,
off. I'm just
I
saying.
don't scare people off. Let's just get this clear. I do not scare people off. People just can't handle me, and that's not to say she couldn't handle me. You know what I'm saying? She just couldn't handle my style of content. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, no.
It's okay. I mean, I watch people content all the time, and I'll be like, not for me. You know what I'm saying? And who's to say you didn't fucking scare her off?
I
How
didn't
the
do
fuck?
nothing. She was
How the
fine up until you done told her you keep watching her TikToks,
whoa,
and then
whoa.
sis went ghost.
Let's slow down. Let's slow this down because um me watching your TikTok ain't stalking you. That's what you put shit on TikTok for me to watch it. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't me stalking you. I mean, that's what y'all got from that.
I'm not saying that's what I got. I'm just saying that that's what it appears
Yeah,
to
nah.
be.
If you put content up, let me hold on. Cause now y'all done pissed me off.
Oh
All right,
boy.
let's get this correct, okay? And this is the all content creator. Let's make this clear, okay? If you put, and this is probably not the situation, but this is the worst case scenario where we just blame the shit on bamboo, and I'm good with that. I swear to God, I'm good with that.
I'm not saying we're trying to
I'm good with
blame
that.
you. I'm just
I'm
saying
I'm saying
everything
if
was
you are
okay
if
until
you are a content creator, right? The purpose of you putting shit online, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, wherever you are, right? The purpose of that is for people to watch your content, right? So if somebody tell you, "Hey, yo, I watched your content. It's pretty straight," that ain't stalking you.
I
That's
didn't
just
say you were like stalking her. I just want you to know I personally can't, she didn't reach out to me privately or anything like that. I just feel like ever since, okay, you did it the first day, then the second day, then she had said, oh, it was making her feel awkward or whatever.
How the
She
fuck is it
said
making
she
you
said
feel
something along
uncomfortable?
those lines. I'm not quoting, but something to the effect of like it just made her feel off, right? And I'm paraphrasing. And then you said it again, and then she haven't been on since. I'm just saying.
Okay,
So I just put two
okay.
and two
Well,
together, and it seems like that may have been the case. Again, I'm
okay.
not saying that you were
So
stalking her. I know personally you were not stalking her. I'm
you
just
put
saying what one
you
plus
put
one is
two and
two.
you put two and two together, and let me subtract one from that, and give
She
you the
ain't
T
been.
on, and let me give you the T on that on this. Okay, let me give you the T on this. If you put content up, right?
People are gonna. It's for
You
people to
hold
watch. I
on, hold on.
understand.
You expect people to watch. You expect people to comment, right? You put something else up again the following week. You expect people to watch. You expect people to comment. It ain't like I gave more than one comment. I was like, oh yeah, she put something else up. I'm trying to big up you. Your whole purpose of putting up content is to some point or another become monetized, right?
I
That's
mean,
the whole purpose,
I will hope
right? So
so.
the more people follow you, the more people watch your videos, right? That's how you become monetized, right? You don't become monetized by staying private. No.
I
And
mean, she
speaking of,
had a good bit of following. She had a good following on TikTok.
you
I
can
don't think
never
she need.
have too
I
much
know. I'm
following.
just saying. I don't think sis needed the help. We could use the help. I don't think sis needed
I can,
our help.
man, listen. Let me just say this, and I'm not saying this is Little Tan situation, but any business that I promote on this platform, this little platform that I have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any business that and I promote your business, if you are ungrateful, and this is probably not Little Tan situation, but if you are ungrateful, then fuck off. You in the wrong fucking business. You know what I'm saying? When you have a platform, you are in the business of putting your business out there, right? If you
Right.
have, and this is not Little Tan situation, but if you have an OnlyFans page, you expect people to beat off to you.
Oh wow. Not necessarily.
Yeah, you out there showing your pussy and your camel toes and all of that.
You
You
might be
expect
showing feet. You might be showing feet.
people beat off the feet. What did you
Oh.
talk? They call it a fetish. Google it. It's a fetish, right? People beat off the goofy shit. So you can't say, "Oh, I got an OnlyFans, but I don't like the guy in the basement watching me." No, you don't get to limit who watches you. You are a public figure now. I'm not saying I got people walking up to me every day, all day, but I got people that be like, "Oh, matter of opinion." Yes, and they give me their comment on what I do. And I'm like, yo, I'm grateful because I get up here and I put my business out there. If that was the case, if I didn't want you to know who the fuck I was, I'd put on a motherfucking shiesty mask, right? And I'd be up here talking my shit.
Uh-huh.
But you sit up there and you put, and I'm not saying this is her case, but you go on social media,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's say you go on Facebook, right? And you say, "Oh, my man ain't shit. My man out here cheating. He ain't shit. Da da da. Old little dick nigga." Right? Then when I see you, I be like, "Hey, yo, you really need to, forgive your man for the bullshit. Well, you need to mind your business, bitch. You are my business. For the time that I was scrolling, you were my business. That's what I was scrolling for. And I'm not saying this is Little Tan situation. I'm just saying you put your shit on social media.
And people gonna
Hold on,
have
hold on,
something
hold
to
on,
say.
hold on. Give me 20 seconds. Let me look these people in the camera. You put your shit on social media. You can only expect people to look at your shit on social media, comment on your shit on social media, right? You become a public figure. People look at you because now you're putting your business on social media. Do not get mad if you have an OnlyFans and you showing your pussy or your meat, And don't get mad when somebody be like, ooh, when they see you on the street and be like, ooh, don't get mad because you have reached your goal is to get noticed.
Right.
So, I mean, listen, I'm not saying this is her situation. I'm just saying if you got a public platform and I'm on your platform and I big up you and you don't like it, I promise you I won't do it again. But if you're offended by it, then you don't need a platform because that's what we do. That's what we're on here for. But that's not the topic of today. Again, now watch this shit because we are on a platform. Watch this shit. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
And tell a
And
friend to tell a friend to what, Bam?
tell a friend. See, that's what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? If I was to show my meat on this joint, I expect y'all to be like, God damn, that nigga, he a grower, not a shower. Right? And I expect y'all to tell people, girl, Bamboo had his meat on the joint. I expect that. That's point blank period. But listen, that's a topic for another day. Today's topic is about are you a name brand whore or does name brand really matter? It could because technically that's y'all done got me heated.
John told you please don't do that. He don't want you showing the meat wagon on camera.
Nah. Look, John, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm be honest with you, bro. I'm a grower, not a shower. You know what I'm saying? You probably have
Hey,
to
Trav.
you probably have to zoom in.
I'm
You know
like
what I
this.
mean? You
Well,
probably
where is
got to
that?
zoom in. Yeah, now I don't know about the where it's at.
I can't
Because
find it.
before I get started, I'm a pointer. I'm just a pointer, right? But once I get started, that's when I start hanging. You know what I mean? But that's not the topic of today's show either, because I've had a couple of people come up there and be like, Maurice, Bamboo, every time I see you, you're talking about your meat, right?
I
First of all,
mean, yeah,
look,
yeah, you
first
do.
of all, I'm kind of proud of my meat. That's number one. Second of all, I didn't realize that I did it so often. You know what I'm saying? So we're not talking about my meat today. But before I get started on today's topic, because we're gonna get to it quite early today, I want you to know last topic. I took a survey at my job and also the people that ride with me on my bus, right? And they agree with me. 100% of the people that I asked agree with me. What up, Teresa? How you doing, baby? Man, listen, glad you on tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Supporting your boy. I'm on a public platform, so that means I want you to support me and I want you in my business while I'm on here. Okay? And let's just
All
get
in the
yeah,
business.
it because it doesn't matter. But today's topic is are you a name brand whore? Does name brand matter? Right? So let me be the first to tell you, right, that a lot of motherfuckers, and I mean a lot of motherfuckers, shop at TJ Maxx. Big up to TJ Maxx. Big up to Marshalls. Big up to oh man, it's another one. Burlington. Big up to you guys because what you guys do is get the season that was before, right? Last year's season, and y'all give it to us at last year's season price. And we rocking name brand shit. We watching Tommy Hilfiger and shit like that. So big up, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen Sean John in Burlington.
Sean
Maybe
John, yes, he was in Burlington. I
was
used to
he?
work at Burlington in high school, so
Okay,
yes,
well
he definitely was.
I never seen it. It's almost
Yeah.
like looking for a baby pigeon. Never seen it. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
Listen,
Does
Heavy John. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna just get straight to my opinion. I feel like for me personally, I just like what I like. It doesn't matter if it has a name brand on it or not. If I see this shirt and I like this shirt or these jeans or these shoes, and whether they be, Walmart 3000s or some Jordan 1s or whatever, if I like it, then that's what I go off of. I could give a fuck about no name brand. I don't give a fuck about building these people generations and wealth for them. It doesn't for me. That's not what it's about. I'm not brand specific. Like, oh, I'm only wearing this or I'm only wearing that. No, because at the end of the day, if it's two white shirts here and this one is Ralph Lauren and this shirt is just a white shirt and it might have the little horse in the man logo. It might not. It might just got the tag on the inside. that shirt might be $100, or I could go to Walmart and get this same white shirt $2 on clearance, or get it for 99 cents on Shein. Guess where I'm going? I'm getting a cheap shirt. It's just a white shirt. I don't give a fuck about it saying Ralph Lauren. I don't get, what is Ralph Lauren gonna do for me? By me wearing this shirt, how is that gonna elevate me? What is that shirt or that brand gonna do to elevate me? Absolutely nothing. So there is no reason for me to give 99.999% more than the next shirt. It makes no sense. I could give a fuck about any of that. And anybody that got something to say can come to my face and say it. And we're gonna see how, if that would end well for them or not. And then also, I really don't care. Like, it don't faze me. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. You're not gonna clown me. You're not gonna play me. I don't care. You can't hurt somebody that really just don't give a fuck. You can say whatever you want to say, and it's like, okay, you got them Jordans, but you're walking. You don't have a car. You don't have a reliable car. You can't even keep a car. You can't even pay for gas.
Yo,
So let's talk.
listen to what I'm telling you. And this is really gonna show my age. But I'm this for those that don't know, I'm 52. But this is really gonna show my age when I mention this company name. We used to work in receiving, and we used to work with a guy named Mike Figmont, right? He was the janitor. He had a nephew that had a car. And we used to rock the Jordans, and we used to be like, oh, these niggas got tape on their shoes, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, whatever. So one day we were standing at the goddamn bus stop, right? This motherfucker pulls up in his motherfucker. At this time, the Saabs was in,
Mm-hmm.
right? He pulled up in his Saab, right? And he brought the window down, and he said, yeah, you don't know what kind of shoes I got on when I'm driving,
Right.
right? And I'm looking down at my joints, and I'm like, yo, this some old bullshit. Like, this motherfucker actually got a point. That was the first life lesson I learned. But I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys because I gotta play the devil's advocate, right? I gotta play the devil's advocate. Like, there is a certain name brand that I like, and that's only because, you know what I'm saying, it's just the type of nigga I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell my wife all the time, I'm a Tommy Hilfiger nigga. You know what I'm saying? I like Tommy shit. I like his colors. I like the collars. I like his shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know what I'm saying?
So let
I
me
am.
ask you this. I'm not saying like, all right, I like
Hold on.
Tommy, right? Wait. Let me just real quick. Tommy's style is different, right? With the colors and the patterns and stuff that they put
Right.
together. I really like it. So if you were to see a Tommy replica, but it's not Tommy, it's Bommy or somebody, I don't know, would you buy it, or no, it has to be Tommy?
I'm not trading the T for the B. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna walk around looking foolish if the shit if it got
Looking
the T.
foolish? How is it looking
Yeah,
foolish?
because if it got, I need the T and the H. I need that Tommy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna walk around with something that's like Bommy real nigga. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna fake it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna get that product, I'm gonna get that product. You know what I'm saying? So like I ain't gonna front. If I could catch a good Tommy shirt and it got a good price, like I'll pay good money for, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be a quality shirt. But this is what I found out, right? In China nowadays is exposing like these companies because they like technically they all
I ain't
made the
make
same.
these for
Yeah,
these N words. Sheen making the same
oh,
one. They just putting labels on the
I get that.
on the different things.
I
Fashion Nova,
on,
boom.
on some
Tommy
real
Hilfiger, boom.
China has
Balenciaga,
exposed
boom.
China has exposed these name brands because technically they saying they all made in the same factory,
Hmm.
right?
Now, I
Only
will
diff-
say this: there are certain products that you can see a quality difference, and
yeah,
for me,
fact.
I am about equality. So, in reference to that white shirt, if this white shirt I'm gonna wear it one time and it's gonna be faded, ain't gonna look the same over the $100 white shirt that I could wear and wash, and it's still gonna look good, then yes, I'm all about quality over quantity or whatever. But I'm not gonna get beat in the head if it's the same exact shirt and there's no benefit. There is no benefit. But for the good quality, yeah, I like. For example, remember when, I mean, they got rid of Payless. Payless went out of business, but there were certain, like,
Never,
I wouldn't buy sneakers
never,
from Payless, right?
never.
Because I remember this is a funny story time. Back in the day when back in the day when me and my cousins was on the drill team, right? We had to wear all of us had to wear the same shoes. So in the same, our uniform and stuff. So everybody had them same white whatever brand of the sneaker was from Payless so that we all looked uniform. Those shoes would not last. I mean, we had a competition, came home, and my cousin, Shyla, she came home and her shoes was talking. They literally, the fronts, like every time she lift her feet, it would like lag, and then she kept tripping because in the bottom part would like catch on the ground, and they just were not good quality. So from then on, I knew, all right, Payless sneakers ain't it. They're sandals you could get away with, but them sneakers ain't gonna work, right? So, but it's not just because, Payless, I'm against Payless. No, I'm against walking in my fucking shoes is meeting the ground before I do, causing me to fucking trip. I'm not about that either. So it's like, I'm gonna buy good quality shoes. And some of these name brand shoes, they not comfortable. They hurt my feet. They run stupid. I ain't
I'm a,
buying them.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck, and my wife, I could turn this camera around, and I can show you my sneaker collection. On some real shit, I am not cheap on my feet. I fucks with. I'm not rocking no off brand shit for my feet. I'm not doing that. And second of all, I work too hard to be walking around with Shacks and Mulberries and all that. I work too hard for
Listen.
that. They had their
So
day. The
I never
Mulberries had their days. The Mulberries had their
they wasn't
days.
it when I was younger. When they came out, we was clowning them. I ain't gonna lie. Like
No,
growing
no, I'm
up.
gonna tell you, the Mulberries had their days. There was Starberries. They had their days. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, and this is the God's honest truth. I put that on the urn. I put it on the urn that my wife and my family
Hey
and I,
Ash.
my wife and family and I, we have been rocking New Balance
Yes.
forever. Forever. We've
Mm-hmm.
been rocking. And nowadays, everybody, oh man, will you get them 574s? I'm like, I'm a 574 nigga myself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't with the 594s. I ain't with all that. I'm a 574 nigga. But I like the way they fit on my feet. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna just put anything on my feet. I'm not going to Walmart other than a pair of house
Nah, if I
slippers.
see some cute shoes, I'm buying them. Name
Nah,
brand or
nah,
not, I'm buying
nah,
them. If I think they
nah,
cute and they don't look
nah,
like they're gonna get ready to tear apart, I will buy the shoes. And for me,
nah.
John, I'm the same. I like touching stuff to see quality. I prefer to shop in person than online because certain things run this way or it might look good in picture or on the mannequin. Then you go to put it on and it ain't work. Like it ain't
Well,
none of that. Like, all right,
well,
this outfit right here, I'm gonna show y'all right here, prime example. And I'm not being funny, but this outfit right here, right? So
here we go. Here
this
we
is with
go.
the white, right?
Here we go.
So
Putting the camel
no,
toe
no, no,
all
no.
these
It's
damn
not
things.
a camel
Put
toe.
your ass down.
It's just a regular plain, right? This outfit. This is a shorts outfit. And guess where I got it from? Shein. So it's just like Shein. You know how much this outfit, this two-piece here costs? Probably $6. I don't know, $15. No more than that. No more than that.
All I could tell you is on some real shit.
Six
I'm
dollars for
not.
this. And you know how many compliments I got today? Oh, the outfit's cute. Where'd you get that from? Oh, that dress. Mind you, what I'm gonna do is on Tuesday, I'm gonna wear a dress. And I'm gonna let y'all see. And then y'all gonna be like, where you got that dress from? You know where it's gonna be from? Shein. You know
Well, hold
how
on.
much it's gonna cost? $4.
Hold on
Like,
though.
we
Hold on
not
though.
like you can make
Let's
something look good.
let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. Teresa has a point. It's easier for women to rock some no name brand shit than it is for niggas to do that shit. Because y'all could go in rainbow and get a pair of $6 leggings. Long as you put
Put
in
that with a cute shirt and some sneakers, you good
you
to go.
you could go to Rainbow. You could go to Rainbow, get a pair of $6 leggings,
See, I don't really
and
do rainbow.
and
Rainbow,
put
their price is cheaper, but their quality is not that good.
what I'm yeah.
I've
But
had good
if
experience
you
with
just
Shein.
if you just trying to get through that day, you could put a pair of $6 leggings on.
Yeah,
But if
or
you
they
put
might be see
you
through.
put
They might
as
be see
well
through.
well as long as you putting quality pussy in them see throughs, niggas don't care.
Oh my god.
That's
So
true.
wait,
If you put in a quality body, you could put a quality body in a pair of leggings. Niggas really don't give a fuck where you got them from. Niggas don't care how you looking. If your body, and here we go. I know, Bamboo, you talking about sex again. This is the truth. Women, if your body is where it's supposed to be, right? You can put yourself in anything. And niggas be like, God damn, boy, that bitch really wearing them damn leggings. Like they painted them on her. You feel me? But niggas, I'm telling you right now, niggas, you got to dress the part. You
So
gotta dress the part.
Skechers, in or out?
For
It's
work,
name brand. Skechers.
for for work,
For sneakers. Just no, regular life. Not work. Off
no,
the clock.
no.
Skechers.
For
Why
work.
not?
All black, the sketches, all black, white, the all black work joints. Yeah, those are definitely an in. Oh, I'm sorry, Ashley. The topic tonight is about name brand, and are you a name brand whore? And that doesn't really matter. But
Are you brand specific? Do you have to
yeah, are
only
we
wear
being
brand name
specific?
clothes?
My
Do you
bad, Ash.
have to, if
But
it ain't name brand, it ain't right kind of thing?
no, but
Man,
I'm gonna
listen, I got these Skechers and they got the memory foam joints in it. Them shits is comfortable as fuck. When I say comfortable as fuck, I love running my little errands in my little goddamn Skechers. I don't care. I wear some New Balances. I haven't wore Reeboks in a
yeah,
while,
but
but I'll wear some Reeboks. I don't give a
yeah,
fuck
but
about none of that.
at the end of the day, and I'm gonna keep it 100. And I know what people are gonna say. Oh yeah, whatever. Then they're gonna
You
see
know
me
what? The
later.
motherfuckers that's complaining about these shoes got feet that look like they could be out there motherfucking Bigfoot clawing at trees
Yeah,
and
some of these
shit.
people
It be the
just
ones that feet look rough, rough,
yeah,
rough. You
some
done
of the
spit
people
your
I feel
life in them
sorry for
good
their feet.
shoes, and for what? Cause I
But
got some good feet and they
at
go
the
in
end
all
of the
these shoes
at the
that
end
y'all
of the
refuse
day,
to wear.
let's keep it 100. At our age now, it doesn't matter. At our age now. But when we were growing up, when we wasn't technically buying our own shit
Mm-hmm.
and our parents was buying our shit, we wanted to follow the fashion. And we got to keep it 100. That's what we was doing. It wasn't until we start buying our own shit
That you like, whoa, whoa
that we like,
there.
hold on, man, 250 for a pair of J's ain't it, right?
So,
And we used to beg our moms and our dads, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? I gotta have them, I gotta have them. And they would carry their goofy ass out there. And I used to do it too, and go out there and get and work hard so that our kids can have the shit.
but
You know what
here's
I'm
the thing:
saying?
is they got them shoes that's look old and distressed from the box. Did you see those yet?
Oh,
They
you
look.
talking about the
There's a whole bunch of them. I didn't even know.
what's the
I
name?
thought it was
Something
one
Mother
pair.
Goose or something like that?
Yeah, but it's not just them now. I was in Zoomies the other day, and I was looking for these UGG sandals. They
Great point,
had
Papa.
I like what I like. If it happens to be brand name, then I'm gonna get it. If it's not brand name and I still like it, I'm going to get it. I'm not gonna just not get it because, oh nah, these are some FOMOs. Nah, I can't do it. Nope. Get them, like them. Y'all got them in my size. I'm putting it on. But anyway,
Not for my
so
feet. Not for my feet.
so then they had these cute sandals. It was like a chunky, like not no like dressy sandal. It was more like a you like I don't know how to explain it. I'll find the picture of it. They didn't have my size, so fuck them. But they had a bunch of these shoes that were distressed and looked like they were like beat up, right? But it's brand new, right? It's supposed to look like that. Why in the fuck? Why? 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 Take you
All
a
I
pair of Vans, cause that's some of them were Vans. I think you go and go wear them. They'll get like that eventually. Now you got a new pair of shoes all over again, twice. People
listen,
was
big
paying, and they was expensive shoes too.
I'm gonna say big up to my wife and my mother-in-law because for years I talked about the North Carolina Blue, the Jordan Nines. For
They are
years,
horrible.
they are not.
I'm talking
They
about
don't do that.
I'm talking about the distressed shoes. She said
Oh,
they ugly. They are
oh.
ugly. Yes,
For
yes.
years, I talked about them shoes, man. I said, man, I gotta get them. I kept showing my wife year after year. This is what they look like. I couldn't find them
See you later,
nowhere.
Sheila.
I was waiting for them to come back out, and these niggas done found the damn sneakers on my 50th, and they was like, yo, they didn't care how much they cost. They were like, we getting them for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and because it was a shoe that I always wanted, I liked it the way they looked on other people's feet. So I wanted to make sure that they was gonna look as good on mine. But just remember, you know what I mean? Anything I put on my body, I look good in. Cause I'm that nigga. I'm him. You know what I'm saying? And this is for all the people out there, man. You know, we at an age now where it's just like, the shit don't matter, long as it's comfortable, you know what I mean? But just remember, what I'm saying, that when we were kids, well, we used to have to what we wanted. So when your kids come to you and they be like, "Oh, well, I want this," just remember the stress that you caused your parents to get it. You know what I mean? So it's not like they name brand whores. They just got to, let me tell you something about Teresa, right? And this is real quick. Anybody that don't know her, first of all, she was one of the second white girl, only white girl in Fairfield Court. But Teresa used to have this goddamn jacket. I think she was the first one I seen down with a at this time it was the V, the goose down jacket, but it
Hmm.
was the one like in our era, it had to have the V joint. And she used to rock that goddamn coat. And I said, man, that white girl look good in that coat.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And she was like one of the first people I seen with that jacket. You know what I'm saying? So she's been a name brand whore when she was growing up. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, she was a name brand whore. We all was name brand whores when we yes, we were. She know I'm not lying.
Trav is
Listen,
crazy.
so we used to we even down to our cars, we used to, what I'm saying, put the BBS rims on it. If it wasn't BBS, we wasn't fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? If you had the IROC, if it wasn't T top, you wasn't fucking with it. So niggas has always been a name brand whore.
But
But
you know what's crazy?
there's been a study, right, where they say that, hold on, how they say that shit about color folks? If you show something to a color folk, they like it, they're gonna buy it, whether it's name brand or not. But if a person got a company, a brand that's growing, show it to color folks.
So,
Because
but
for some
here's
reason
the
it's always been about
and that's
fashion.
why again we make the money, and that's why the dollar doesn't stay in our community. As soon as we get it, it's out and it's sent out to the next group of people because we can't hold it here, right? And then the celebrities that's wearing this, that's promoting this, that oh I'm dressed in this drip, I'm fly, I'm this
Yeah,
that.
they get it free.
They're giving those clothes for free, so they're not even investing into the business. They're giving the clothes for free to wear it, so that our dumbasses would go out and buy it because it looks this and oh Cardi B and Glorilla and whoever else is wearing this, so this is what we're gonna do, right? And then so we have that. But the people that's making money, they out here wearing shirts with pieces, stains, and holes in them that they done had since high school, and they wearing the same shit. Look at Adam Sandler,
Yo,
Mark Zuckerberg.
this motherfucker came to Connecticut. He was in Westport, Connecticut, and this nigga had on average fucking clothes in the Firehouse Deli, and like motherfuckers like they were thinking like he was dressed a little bit more better, but this motherfucker was regular. And
Yeah,
then
because why?
Michael Jordan don't wear Jordans.
Right,
This motherfucker wears Skechers
right.
and boots. And let me tell you something. And first of all, Trinika is a liar. She's a name brand whore. She's a liar because this chick got every pair of ones and dunks there is. Right? So she's a liar.
Travis trying to get Teresa to trying to
Hey,
get
yo, Teresa's married, man. She's married to a dude named
no, but it seemed like he might got a foot fetish. Trav, if you if anybody wants to send us anything, you can either text it
yeah,
to us individually or email it to us at mattersofopinion@gmail.com. And that's how we will get whatever you guys want us to share or show or whatever. But you know.
Trinika, you're a liar. I'm telling you, I see you lying in the chat, and I'm gonna blow you up. You're
And,
lying.
and
She
not
she
only
got
oh sorry, go ahead.
she got every pair of dunks, every pair of ones. You know what I'm saying? And her husband the same way. So stop that,
She
Trinika.
said that she wears it all. Now, John, not only do they know how to save their money, they know how to make us give them and rack up and keep funding their money because they know what counts. They know how to make money and do the things the right way. We're following the
Well,
wrong path.
well,
The wrong path. Because the
that's
same
because
people that, oh, I only wear this, I only wear that, they probably don't even got $100 in their savings account.
Look at this dude here. Um, oh 06er Dom. Right. That's that motherfucker. He's a liar too. He spends a lot of money on clothing. He got Prada shoes. He spent like $500-600 on a belt alone. That's my nephew. He's a name brand whore. Oh, definitely, all day, every day. But in his defense, he makes that shit look good. You know what I'm saying? He could put an outfit together. You know what I mean? But as far as, you know what I'm saying, me personally, at my age now, I could put on anything and make it look good because I'm that nigga.
You just said you wouldn't wear Skechers though.
I wear Skechers to work. To work.
Yeah, but again, you said you could wear anything. We didn't say
I
specific to work. We're not talking about on the clock.
I
We
don't
gotta
I
wear what
don't
we gotta wear at work. Nobody
I don't
chooses really.
I I don't expect my wife to get on here and back me up. But when I met her, I wanted a pair of Skechers for Christmas, and I rocked the hell out of them. She's not gonna get on here and tell you, but that's the God's darn truth. I wanted the gray Skechers that looked like the little cleats or whatever. I wanted those, and I rocked them for a long time. I mean, at this point in my life of my life, man, I rock anything that I look good in. I
You
really
know
would.
what? To the person that said that they will, I was it Teresa that said she has to have name brand bags. I'm not spending. No, no,
No, that's
no.
Barbara.
Barbara.
That's my
Okay.
sister. No. In her defense,
Well,
in her
no, no. This is no shade. There's no need to
yeah,
defend her. I'm just saying for
no
me,
on
if Sean came home talking about I got you this $5,000, $10,000 bag, I'm gonna be upset and we're bringing it back. There
no
is
I
no
would
way. There is no way I'm even. I don't even. Here's the thing. Even if I think the bag is cute, because of how much money it costs, I wouldn't even want to use it because I wouldn't want it to get messed up. Right.
no
So therefore, there's no reason. This is not stocks. There's no reason for me to invest any amount of money over $100 on a bag that's
no.
gonna get tore up. Now
I'm
I'll
I'm a,
get it if it's on clearance.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck, and I do this all the time. It is necessary sometimes to treat yourself to something that you want, right?
Yeah, ain't gonna be for
So
me. Ain't gonna be no
so
five
no
ten
no
thousand
no
dollar
no no
bag.
no. If you got $5,000, long as you could put $5,000 in the $5,000 bag, you good. As far as I'm concerned, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes
If your
I
net
do.
worth is not over $500,000, you don't need to be putting $5,000 into no bag.
No
Period.
no no no.
Your net worth.
Sometimes, and I'm gonna be
And that's
honest.
it's broke mentality for anybody
Some
that's not making enough money to be I deserve this bag. No, bitch, you're broke. You deserve to keep working so that you can deserve that bag. You don't deserve it yet. You're making your way there. You're not there yet. So keep pushing. You deserve a little break, because you don't want to work yourself to death. You deserve to go ahead and take a trip for an experience. This $5,000 bag, $10,000 bag is gonna do absolutely nothing for you. You're still gonna be stressed out, overworked, tired. Still gonna need a break. So it doesn't make
yeah,
sense to
but
spend this money on this bag and
no,
still need a vacation or a relaxation, whatever. You're not there yet. Keep working.
but
Keep plugging along,
but
sis. You don't need the
but
bag yet.
sometimes you gotta spoil yourself because sometimes we get caught up in these raggedy ass kids, and sometimes you gotta spoil yourself. And if and when I say spoil yourself, I said it before. Spoil yourself on whatever you can afford to spoil yourself in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't go buy a $5,000 bag in your car sitting in the damn driveway that need brakes and rotors. Don't do that. But if you can afford to spoil yourself to something, then go right on ahead. Like John's thing is cologne. You know what I'm saying? I like to smell good also. You know what I'm saying? John thing is cologne. My shit is cars. My shit is motorcycles and shit
So
like
it's
that.
like this. I feel like I hear all of that. I'm not saying that we can't enjoy our things, but you have to know what your financial bracket is. If you don't have money in your savings account, you're struggling to get by, you depending on your tax money to do this and do that. Listen, spend within your means. That's why you're here because you're overspending, right? You can't afford a 5,000 just because you have $5,000 right here doesn't mean that you can afford to dump it on a bag. That's not going to do anything for you. I get you might like bags. Okay. I would like to have a big house somewhere. You get what I'm saying? We all like things. You have to be smart about it, or you're going to forever be stuck depending on tax time to come and treat yourself to this $5,000 bag. And
I
then
hear
you
you.
got to have an apartment to put it in. It
I
makes
hear
no
you.
sense. It's
I
like the
hear you.
same concept with your coworker back in the day. It's like you said, oh, these shoes, you got nice shoes and you riding the bus. He got not so nice shoes, but he got a nice, reliable car. You
Right.
gotta, you gotta
Yeah,
prioritize. You gotta make it
but
make sense.
on some real shit, you know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, and I'm one of the motherfuckers. Sometimes I throw my priorities out the window. And sometimes I wanna get what I want. And it's not that I do it all the time. It's just that I do it once in a while. I throw my priorities out the window and be like, yo, I want this particular thing. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's name brand, whether it's not name brand, I want this particular thing. You know what I mean? And I will throw my priorities out the window for that one particular thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. And I encourage hardworking parents that have children that been taking care of them little motherfuckers, that's been suffering, getting shit for them and going without. I encourage you once in a while to just say fuck them kids and get yourself something nice, because you still entitled and still deserve nice shit too. You know what I'm saying? So as long as it ain't something that your kid need and it's something that they want, yeah, fuck them kids. Get your thing. Point blank period. Because
Pay
just
your
because
rent
you're a
first,
parent.
sis. Pay
Oh
that
yeah, pay your rent.
mortgage.
Yeah, pay your rent first, without a doubt. I mean, don't go home. I
Invest.
mean, don't pay the light bill and don't pay the rent, because that's just stupid. You're gonna be in the dark either which way. You know what I mean? But you got to think strategically. You know what I mean? You got to think, whatever. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? John thing is cologne. You know what I'm
And
saying?
also too with the fragrances and stuff. Fragrances, because John says he loves Joe Malone and Bond Number 9. Fragrances, it changes with each person's pheromone. So it's like, okay, we can both be wearing the same exact scent fragrance from the same location. We could put it on at the same exact time. And then it'll shift a little bit based on your natural pheromones. And so it'll smell slightly different on this person than it does on another person. And people got to realize that what smells good on this person doesn't mean that it's gonna smell the same or just as good. Maybe it might smell better. Who knows on you? Maybe
Yeah, because
you gotta test it out.
no matter what cologne, if you don't wash your ass,
It's not
it
just
don't
washing your ass.
it
You can
just it
wash and
just
your
it don't
pheromones
make
just
a
don't
difference.
mix
And
good with
cologne, just because you smell something nice on somebody else don't mean it's gonna smell nice on you. You
right.
know what I'm saying? Because you might got a smell that you might have a permanent ass smell. You might
Hmm.
have a permanent cinnamon smell.
Oh my
That's
god.
gonna that's gonna that's
Or
gonna
a
turn on
permanent
that
alcohol
pussy
smell because
smell.
you're the alcoholic and it's coming through your
Yeah,
pores now. Smell.
yeah. Some of you bitches pussy might be coming out your pants. It don't mean that the perfume gonna be smelling good on you. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta put it on and test it, and then be like, all right, this might smell. But don't test it yourself. Have somebody else smell it. Because if,
Yeah,
if I
you
smell
gotta
your
let it
list,
sit in. The best time is like 45 minutes after putting it on. And like let's say you might be at the mall. You use a little tester, right? Use a
walk
tester
around.
first, go around, do your shopping. Then not only do you re-smell it because you gotta like the way it smells on yourself as well, but then also ask a couple people. They might come up to you and be like, "Hey, you smell good," but if
Those are
not,
the ones.
ask how it smells or whatever, and then determine on if you want to buy it or not. But
Well,
if
because
they're not coming up to you already, then you might
I
you
know
might want to
as a
try something
man,
else.
I'm telling you, is really, you know what I'm saying, humbling when somebody come up to you and be like, yo, you always smell good. You got to take confidence in you got to take confidence in that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But yeah, me 68. I'm from Connecticut. Yeah.
Michelle, me 68 is crazy. Her name is
Well,
Michelle.
it's, God damn it, I wear readers. I don't have the motherfuckers on. When I put my fucking readers on, y'all talk shit, and when I don't, y'all talk shit. So fuck you. I'm gonna blink my way through this shit. But to answer your question, Michelle, yes, I did hear about the man in Bridgeport that got
And
killed
it
by,
was in our city.
the police, and those are topics we normally don't discuss because it could go way left with some of my opinions on it. You know what I mean? But let's just say when they pull you over, sit your ass still. That's all I can say. That's all I'm gonna say. When they when they when they, when they pull your ass over, sit your ass still. When you start to take off and start to fucking run, you got to remember, and I've said it before, my uncle was a cop. They have no idea what your intentions are. You know what I'm saying? They don't know, you know, you might run into a motherfucker that just don't want to go to jail that day, and you don't know how anxious he is not to go to jail. You don't know what he will do not to go to jail. So I mean, it's better to sit there and face a gun charge than to look at the undertaker or the funeral director. You know what I'm saying? It's all it's we got to make, as a people of color, we got to make better decisions. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I pray for him and his family. You know what I mean? But you know sometimes you got to sit your ass still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Trav. So it was in Bridgeport, Connecticut, which is where I'm from and where Bamboo is currently residing. And
Mm,
so yeah, it's in our hood. I know exactly where it was at. Like I saw the
yep.
videos and I know exactly all the businesses that where they were originally stopped at, all the businesses that they passed, the gas station to cut through, the block, the alleyway that everything officially went down at. So like it's home, like home.
Yeah, but again, you know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not, you know, everybody on the, oh well, he got shot in the back. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's a tragedy that happened. You know what I'm saying? And we can't say we could say it's for a lack of police training. You know what I'm saying? But again, as people of color, we have to learn to comply. We have to learn. You know what I'm saying? Because if you
His
don't
body
comply,
came out
yeah, if you don't comply, if you don't comply, you risk these chances. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, prayers go out to him and his family, man. And it's a sad situation. Anytime somebody lose their life, um, it's a sad situation. But you know, to play the devil's advocate, to play the devil's advocate, when you got family members that was part of the force at one time, and friends that's still part of the force, that yeah, you know you get a chance to look at it from both perspectives. But we shouldn't rush the judgment until they come out with the investigation, until they conclude on the investigation. I mean,
So and I'm not there's not there's not enough information out anyway for either side, whether you agreed with the police actions or whether you feel like the police murdered him. However, whatever side of the fence that you're on, it's not, those body cam videos is not enough information. I know people be like, oh, it's a video. Those clips are not enough to determine. It's a narrow view and you don't have all the outside factors and considerations on to what's going on and why people made the decisions that they made. And again, and I'm not just saying the officer side, I'm talking about on his side too. He could have did this because he saw the officer do so. Like, we don't know. So we don't have the information, and trying to determine one way or another is just it just wouldn't
and let me just say this real quick. You know what I mean? It's always easier to say
in
what you would
hindsight.
have done. Oh, what I would have done this, I would have done that. It's easy for me to sit here in front of these cameras and say, oh, well, you got to comply. It's easy for me to sit and say, oh, the cop shouldn't have did this, that dude shouldn't have did that, because I wasn't in that situation. You know what I'm saying? What I think we should do is we should wait until the investigation is concluded,
What I
And
will say, I think based on how they handle things, they may say that the officer is not at fault, even though the guy did get shot. So for those who don't know the story, supposedly, and all of this is alleged because I don't know. We don't know all of the full details. We don't. The news lie all the time, so we don't know, right? But allegedly, a call came out where a citizen said that a person had a gun, which was ended up being the guy who died, had a gun and had it out and was basically doing intimidating things and threatening things or whatever. So it's alleged that he may have been a felon, which that alone by itself is also a crime. On top of the fact that you can't just take a gun and just start, pointing, doing whatever hood shit, like, oh, I nigga, I'll do whatever. It's alleged that this stuff took place. So then they described the vehicle, described the area. Police located the vehicle, stopped the vehicle. They got all participants, or were attempting to get them out of the car, I guess, to secure the vehicle, the people, to make sure everybody involved could be safe. But he took off. And so the direction that he was running in, the police could have perceived that it was a hazard or a safety risk for the other citizens in that area. Whatever. We don't know. And so ultimately he was shot in the back. So with that being said, with the information that we don't have, is they're probably going to say that the officer was justified because he had a firearm. He was fleeing. It already came out that he was being intimidated and et cetera, et cetera. And it's just, unfortunately, going to be another name on a song, and he going to be on a t-shirt.
and again, man, like I said, man, I didn't know the person personally, but I knew somebody that knew him. You know what I'm saying? And it's at the end of the day, man, it's a tragedy. You know what I'm saying? It's another life, a person of color that could have been here on Easter eating ham with his family, and the canned string beans with the neck bones. If they just, you know, it's just a tragedy at the end of the day, man. And well, like I said, what we got to start to do, we got to start making better decisions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he was wrong. I'm just saying that the decision to run at that particular time was wasn't a smart idea. That's all.
And my thing is, Tranika, if he may have had those items, and like I said, the news, the way that they be twisting stuff, and I'm only saying that personally because we had a car fire from an arsonist, and then they twisted it. We didn't want to talk on camera, and then the news came and twisted our words, and literally flat out lied on our side of the story because whatever. So it may be that he did have those items and then still had the firearm, or because my thing is this: if you didn't do anything wrong, if I get stopped by the police, I'm not gonna take off running. That's not gonna be my first. And I'm black. My first thought: what am I running for? Even if something wrong happened, I'd rather live and sue than be put on a t-shirt and that's it. It's the end. Period. But again, I don't know. I don't know.
We
So
like when and when even when we get the full report, I don't think we're gonna be talking about it because it's a little too close to home for me. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, man. But rest in peace, brother. You know what I'm saying? Sorry it had to end this way for you. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to you and your family, man. Hopefully everything works out well.
prayers to all
And prayers
involved.
out to all. And like I tell people every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? This is something that we all should be able to learn from. You know what I'm saying? We should all be able to learn that don't take off. You know what I'm saying? Just,
Because
deal with
here's my
life.
thing: right, wrong, or indifferent, right? If you didn't do anything wrong, you're gonna get cleared and you can go about your day, right? Because they still have to have proof, whatever. If you did do something wrong, it's better to just, because you're already gonna eat that charge, right? So it's
Definitely.
better to just eat that charge than add charges by fleeing. Because now you're just piling it. Just let the just
Let it
you
play
know,
out.
just do
Let it
what you
play
got
out.
to do, get in and get out. Don't make it worse for yourself because they might give you a plea. But if you're doing all this extra stuff, they ain't gonna try. I mean, but again, I'm sad and sorry that it happened. I hate that it that we have incidences like this.
I'm gonna tell
Sometimes
you.
it be the cops on some fuck shit. Sometimes it be the citizens on some fuck shit, and it's just sad all the way around.
Yep. So, but I don't know about that. The orange man had, yeah, John. You want to talk about the orange man's administration? We can do that for a little while. That's it. You want to shoot the shit? Let's shoot the shit. I mean, listen, we're on to another segment. You feel me?
Yes.
Well, um, thanks for bringing that topic up. It was, and if there's something that you guys want to talk about again, we could talk about the next show. But this particular show, John, you want to talk about the Orange Man? Want you sign on and we talk about him?
You
I
know
mean,
what's crazy? So I had spoken to somebody before about like how the system is not fair against people of color, right? And how we get sentenced unfairly. We get we just get treated. I don't even have to explain it. We all know how we get treated, right? And there's still a lot of people who feel like what? Y'all don't get like y'all just holding on to that victim mentality and whatever else, right? And it had like pissed me off. So like again, we having a conversation because I like to learn from different perspectives to see what's what and then kind of go from there. Now what the person explained is, and it made sense, and it probably won't make sense because I'm going to paraphrase and kind of shorten it up in a few seconds here, but it's not that the the laws are black and white, right? The law doesn't say if a person is this, um if they're this race they get that, whatever. So what it is that it's about money. If you have money, then you're gonna get reduce sentences and drop charges and bullshit stuff like Brock Turner that had the rape, and oh my gosh, it would be so detrimental to his well-being by him doing jail time, and it's going to hurt his life, let alone what the victim that he raped went through, right? So but again, it's about money. When you have OJ, him getting off of that, it was about money.
OJ
So
didn't
it's
do that.
so
OJ
it's
got off
about
because he didn't do it.
listen,
That's why
listen.
OJ
We can
got off.
have a whole nother segment about. We
OJ
can
didn't
have a
do it.
whole nother segment
Hold
about
on,
that.
hold on. If
But
if if we are going to live in this country where we say we we go through due process, that man went through due process, and during due process,
nah, OJ
no, no,
definitely
no,
murdered
no,
that lady.
no, no, no,
He
stop,
murdered that
stop,
lady. He
stop,
even admitted it
stop.
after the fact.
No, he didn't. Stop. Don't do
Listen,
that.
it was
Yes,
either
don't do
him or
that.
his son, Mika. I could accept that. It was
Don't
either
do that.
him
Hey,
or his son, for
don't
sure. For
do that.
sure. For
Yo,
sure.
don't do that. The
For
man, listen.
sure, Meek.
The law says the man went to trial. He was judged by a jury of his
And you know
peers.
why?
Hold on.
Because
He was judged by hold on a jury of his
he
peers.
had
They
money. His
found him.
lawyers, his
They
lawyers. How
found
many
they,
juries of our
they
peers?
found
They say
him.
juries of our peers, and it'll be an all white jury, and it's a black man or woman sitting up on the
Y'all
stand
gotta
trying
stop.
to fight
Y'all
back.
gotta stop.
That's not my peers. Them niggas
That is
will
the
never
y'all gotta
understand, never
stop.
know
Y'all
what I've
gotta
been
stop.
through, the struggles. Those are not a
Y'all
jury of
gotta
my
stop.
peers.
You gotta
Just
stop.
because we live in the same state or whatever, those are not my
Y'all
peers.
have to
Okay?
stop.
Those
You
are
have
not. So we can save that for that sounds like a
no,
good topic
no,
for
because
Tuesday. Let's save
no,
it
I'm not
for
talking
Tuesday.
about OJ. OJ is dead.
Listen,
Listen, listen,
let's
listen.
save it for
No,
Tuesday.
I'm
Let's
not
save
talking
it
about OJ no
for
more.
Tuesday.
Hold on. Slow down. At the end of the day, right? When you fuck around and you take the shit to trial.
If you
eh,
have money,
Hold
your
on, hold
outcome
on,
is
hold
going to
on,
be different
hold
than if you
on,
are using a public defender
hold
or some
on.
low grade lawyer that made a D and just passed the bar. You're going to get a different level and a different outcome of sentencing and
So
everything else
we
if
live
you have a lawyer,
we live
a
in a
good lawyer.
country where we live in a country where we call due process. We let the judicial system work in our
And a
favor
bunch of due
or against our
process
favor.
done got a lot of
But
innocent people.
I want you to
Done got a lot of
understand.
innocent people
I want you
jailed
to
and
and there's a lot
executed.
of
And then
motherfuckers
it
that
came out the fact that guess what that judicial process did? Because that man or woman did not have the money, they didn't get treated the right way and they didn't get the full due process that they were legally entitled to. So
and
then once people start digging into stuff and going in and reviewing and stuff, they found out, oh, remember the dude or the lady that we executed 30 years ago? Turns out they ain't do it. DNA evidence showed that it wasn't them. So when they said that they was a whole nother state away, they were actually telling the truth. We manipulated and did all this. But if they had a good lawyer would not have let that stand. OJ, whether you believe or disbelieve that he did it or didn't do it, he had a hell of a lawyer, right? We all
no,
know,
he
Arnie
had a
Cochran,
team.
he had a hell of a
He had a
team.
team.
He
He
had a
had a team.
whole team. Shapiro and all of them, he had a whole team.
At the end of
Everybody
the
that got
day,
these good lawyers, look at what you call it? What's his name? Young Thug. His lawyer, he got, man, listen, I'm sure his stuff is stacked up for the next 30 years. When you have a good lawyer, things look different. So when you have the money, the outcome of what's gonna happen to you looks totally different than if you just had some low grade stuff.
at the end of
So
the day, we live in America. We try to live by due process. That man went and was judged by 12, right? He was judged by 12. They found him not guilty. He is not guilty. You guys cannot do that. There's a lot of people in jail that there's a lot of people on the streets that did the shit they said they didn't do, but they walking free. There's a lot of people in jail that didn't do the shit and they in jail about the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's due process.
it's
We live
money. It's
we live
money.
we live in a democracy where people can sit and say, I want to take it to trial. We also live in a democracy where people say no contest, right? And I'm not saying I did it. I'm not saying that I didn't do it. I'm just saying that the state got enough evidence to to convict me. You know what I'm saying? If you live in this place that we call America,
And you
right?
have money, you're gonna be okay.
Yep, you're right.
If
I,
you
I ain't
don't
got
have
no.
money, look at the Central Park Five, right? They didn't even have enough. They didn't have anything on them to say that they had did that, right? Then they sat there and if they had a lawyer, this wouldn't have happened. If they had good lawyers, this would not have happened. They sat there and interrogated those boys and manipulated them and convinced them to coerce them into confessing to a crime that they did not commit. Despite all the facts and circumstances, guess what? They went ahead and pushed that through. Our due process, our justice system, right? So the justice system is broken, right? The fact that they value money over facts and evidence. So then what did those boys do? Spend their entire life
They got paid.
behind bars. Money doesn't replace that. Are you kidding me? When you lock somebody in a
They got
cage and
paid
you treat
for
them
that.
like an animal, it doesn't matter. That doesn't replace it. The people that they executed, their families got money. Does that bring them back? Does that take back all the years? There's things that I have gone through that money can never replace. Money can't buy everything.
I
Money
hear what
can't buy those replace experiences
I I,
lost and time lost.
I
It
hear
cannot.
what I hear what you're saying, but when you live in this country that we call America, let me just say this, okay? As a man of color and to people of color, we got to stop putting ourselves in these positions where we being judged by people that's not our peer. We're being judged by people that have never done the things that we've done. You know what I'm saying? Or seen what we've seen. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we got a judicial system,
A
right?
broken one.
I never said that the fucking judicial system was okay. I never said that. But here's the thing, being that you want to bring up
No, we're
being
gonna say
no
we
no
said
no
we're
no
gonna save it for
no
Tuesday.
no I'm not talking about that.
We're not
I'm
talking
talking
about
about
what?
you want to talk about money, right?
Yeah, but I want to save the whole. I
I
want to
hear
do
what you're
this on
saying. You want
Tuesday.
to save it now that you don't say what you had to say. So
I
now I'm gonna
didn't
say
say
what
everything that I wanted to say.
I
Honestly,
want to say some of the things I want to say. Then we can speak about the rest later.
oh well, then it'll be dead. Then we'll just finish it.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, right? If I had the kind of money that ASAP Rocky got, if I had the kind of money that Thug had, if I got the kind of money that OJ had, I wouldn't have an enemy in the motherfucking world at all. At the end of the day, we got to start to do better, and we're gonna save the rest for another show. But again, these are just opinions, and these in our emotions. Emotions aren't facts; they're just emotions. Okay, so we'll just table it.
Tabled.
We're gonna table it, and we're gonna move on. John, listen, we got 4 minutes to talk about the Orange Man. If you want to talk about the Orange Man, you know what I mean. But I want to say this. I want to say this real quick. The Orange Man is doing exactly what he said he was gonna do. He said he's doing exactly what he said he's gonna do. He said he was gonna. He said he's gonna deal with deportation, and he's dealing with that. He said everything that he's doing right now with the tariffs and all of that, he said he was going to do it. And America decided that they would rather have this man put the world through this instead of having a woman of color given being our chief of staff or whatever, commander in chief, right? So, like I told you guys before, we are not going to sit around 4 years and complain about this administration. They did that with Biden. They complained for 4 years straight, right? They did that with Barack. 4 years straight complained. We're not going to do that.
8 years with Barack, but
But I'm saying they did that with all with the Democrats. Now we got to deal with their shit. You know what I'm saying? Time to hunker up, bunker up, save as much as you can because you see the stock markets are plummeting. 401ks are trash right now. People are retiring just so that they could grandfather themselves in to a pension. So you know what I'm saying? It's what it is. But if you want to talk about the Orange Man, I welcome you to get on get on live because you are our political analyst. We've given you that title. You feel me? If you want to get on and talk about the man, we can talk about him for well. Now we got 2 minutes.
so, with that being said, while we wait to see if John decides if he's going to jump on or not, so Ash and Bella, to answer your question, we did enjoy ourselves in Alabama. I will say the food though was not good. Okay, it just wasn't. And so everything else though, and then also so it just so happened that when we got there the weather, it was overcast, and then they had tornado warning, and then so you couldn't get in the water because it was too choppy, whatever, not safe. So I learned something about they had two red flags up, and I don't know if this is everywhere or if this is just by the Gulf of Mexico, whatever the
You don't
case
get in
may
the water.
be. But
You don't get in the water with the red flag, B.
yeah, well, I didn't know. So they had there. If there's one red flag, you could get in the water, but just be cautious. If there's two red flags, that means it's not safe. They do not go in the water. The police in the water on the boats or whatever they are, they're gonna come and tell you to get out. So I didn't know that, but so that was that day. But so the weather, like temperature wise, it was still nice. It had a nice breeze. It just was overcast. So it wasn't sunny. It looked kind of a little gloomy or whatever. And then it was like a small beach town. So it wasn't as much people. But then, of course, the day before we left, the sun was out. We went ahead and we saw some alligators in person. Like, so I know that sounds like some tourist stuff, but we did go. We was able to feed them. We were able to hold the alligators, and so I held a 3-year-old alligator, and then I was sitting there rocking him, right, and I'm holding him. And I'm rocking him,
That's
and
a,
he's sitting there like this. He's sitting there, and then he start rocking with me, right? Like this, right? And I'm like, Sean, look at the alligator, rocking, right? And so, and then when I stopped, he kept going. I said, "Oh, he want me to keep rocking him." So I was, having a good time, and we learned about that, and so that was fun, and it was good. But Bella, we were in Orange Beach, and it was pretty. They were pretty prejudiced there. There was some people
overrated.
that were like, "Okay," you said what happened?
No, go ahead.
They were,
before.
you know, they were still like some, for a majority of them, they were like uncomfortable. You can tell they were uncomfortable, and they just were kind of like, but there were a good amount of people that weren't like that. And so, but me, I really don't give a fuck. I really don't. As long as you don't go left or go off the wall, we cool. I'm cool. If you don't like me, that's great. Stay over there. Thanks for showing me and letting me know. But you know, yeah. And they had a lot of beautiful land, like just flat land for like as far as the eye can see. So it was nice. Now my son, he's obsessed because he had such a good time. So he's saying, I want to go back to Alabama. When we going back to Alabama? And he wants to go. So, but we did have a good time. We enjoyed ourselves, and we do plan to go back. We just know that we will plan to, because what we did was we had some of planned for some of our meals to be eaten out, and then some of it to we'll cook at in the condo.
What
So now
about the
we know
food
we're
you
gonna cook
didn't
all
like?
of it.
What about the food? What about the food you didn't like?
So a lot of it lacked flavor. Like, I mean, I'm talking flavor. And I thought we were gonna get some good seafood being right there on the coast, right there. Yeah, no. They don't clean their shrimp. They don't clean their shrimp. They do not clean their shrimp. And they say, oh, well, you know, the way we cook it is good. No, baby, you gotta take the shit shoot out. What are you talking about? You gotta clean your shrimp. They don't
Bella,
clean.
is
This
this
is
true, Bella?
multiple restaurants. This is multiple. And
So,
so,
so hold on. So, I because I'll be in Mobile, Alabama, May 1st.
well, that's what Bella said. We needed to go.
I'm
Mika
not
said
thinking
first
about
48.
Bella.
Pew,
I'm not.
pew, pew. Sean, put the little.
No, I'm not thinking about Bella. I told Bella I'm gonna be in her state. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't even respond. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm being Mobile May 1st.
He's
And
Mika said Boykin.
oh, it's gonna be Boykin. I thought it was nah, Negro. We gonna be in Mobile first. Well, anyway, we're gonna be in Alabama, and it's kind of a trip I'm looking forward to. So you trying to tell me stay away from the shrimp?
I mean, we done been to, and so okay. The first time I was like, so they had these truffle garlic fries, right? And the fries was hitting. Those fries was good. Then the shrimp. And I'm like, all right. So I just let that rock out. The other stuff, so the kids had tenders and fries, whatever, you know, kids, they gonna do what the kids do. So then I had this lobster and shrimp roll, right? And I never had a lobster roll before. I always wanted to try one, never did, right? And so it's cold.
You had a
And
po' boy.
it wasn't considered a po' boy. They called it a roll. Like it was like a po' boy, but it was cold.
Okay, what
And I really don't like
with the mayonnaise?
it needed mayonnaise. It didn't have that. It was cold, and I like it a little bit warm. It don't have to be like hot. The fries was crispy, main premium. They those fries was really good. And so I just left the shrimp alone. And not in my po' boy, it was, or whatever you want to call it, the roll, whatever the case, it was okay. Like it was clean. But the actual breaded shrimp, it was not. I let that rock out. So the next day we realized that we're gonna try something else. We went somewhere else. And there the it's called shrimp and basket,
Why
right?
would you highlight that?
And and then I got a pasta salad. I got a Cajun shrimp pasta, right? The shrimp wasn't clean. So I brought it back like, hey. And they're like, oh yeah, no, that's what did she say? It's popcorn shrimp. I said, this is not popcorn. The popcorn shrimp is those little itty bitty shrimp. And then I was like, she said, we don't clean the popcorn shrimp. Nobody cleans the popcorn shrimp. I said, this is not popcorn shrimp. These are like medium sized, shrimp. And they're not clean. She was like, oh, well, it's in the pasta. Bitch, I ain't asked for no goddamn popcorn shrimp for number one. And these ain't popcorn shrimp. I know what shrimp look like. Like, I might not be from the fucking Gulf of Mexico, but I'm from fucking New England. And we got some water and some shit on the Long Island Sound and stuff going on over there, too. And this is not what that looks like. And then who the hell puts this in the pasta and just eating shitty shrimp?
So with that being
I
said,
lost my whole appetite.
right? Bella, this is your hometown. This is your state, right? I'm gonna be in your state. Is there anywhere in your state that you recommend me go to for a meal?
Well, you can't say the
And
whole state because Alabama is a big state too.
well, listen, I'm not saying when I go somewhere, I venture off.
It won't be in Orange Beach. I tell you that.
I go about my damn business, and I meet up with y'all. Even if I gotta drive 2 and 3 hours away, I will meet up with you guys and be gone. I promise you that. So if there's somewhere in well, she said she from Mobile. So if there's somewhere in Mobile, Alabama,
Right. Now
that
again, Bella, you're right, Michelle. Bella, this is not any shade to you, okay?
let
This
me
is
know
not
where
any
it's at.
shade to the entire state. I'm just speaking on Orange Beach specifically, and it was close to our condo was close to the Florida line, the Florida Bama line, right? And so that's just was my experience. And again, I went to multiple places, but I'm not shitting on the state of Alabama. Once the sun came out, beautiful. Like just it felt good just being there, just being outside and just moving about. So I'm not shitting on Alabama. I don't even know enough about it to judge it as a state. But that fucking city, Orange Beach,
But
you better be prepared to cook.
Bella, I know I'm not in Mobile. I'm saying wherever wherever there's a restaurant in Mobile or Boykin or wherever, just give me a restaurant near those two that I can go that you like, and I'll go and I just want to try it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd rather talk to somebody that's from that state that can say, "Oh, well, you want to try this, you want to try that. You don't want to eat there, you don't want to eat there." You know what I mean? Give me a give. Put it in the chat because I know you're never going to meet me there. Put it in the chat and let me know where I should try.
Our
You know what I mean?
our political science lead says he doesn't care for their governor. So I
I don't even
apologize
know
about
who their
that. I
governor
have no
is.
idea either. Um,
So
Sheila says
taste
the taste of heaven cafe for sure. What
that's
you
in.
doing back, Sheila? Welcome back. I thought you said goodbye.
So
I'm
hold on.
glad to see you still here.
That's in
What,
Alabama.
Mobile?
Yeah, I mean, cause
Mobile, down in the Mobile, Alabama.
I'm willing to give anything. I'm willing to give anything a shot. I really am because I'm that type of nigga. If I come to your state and you tell me that it's good over here, I'm gonna go and see if it's good over there. I promise you that.
Yeah, I
So
was not impressed.
so John, you saying Miss Sanders is a restaurant?
No, I think he talking about that's their representative or their
Oh,
governor.
oh, god damn, my stupid ass. Damn, I'm dumb sometimes. So a taste of heaven cafe. Okay.
Yeah. And I hope it tastes like, you know. So she said Mama's on Dauphine is the spot. So it sounds like that's the hood. Because it sounds like Mama's and it sounds like it's gonna be busting. I need somebody that's back there cooking that got the auntie elbows, that got the creases in there, because then you know it's good, because you know she gonna use that extra to put her oomph in it. That's what I want. That's what I need. I need it to be a little, urban activities going on so we know it's gonna hit.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna get at a shot. You know what I'm saying, and see what's good because I'm not even gonna front. And I went and bought luggage and everything today. I went shopping and everything for my trip. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the Alabama trip.
Listen.
I don't know why I'm looking forward to seeing my boy Cap Daddy. I'm looking forward to this trip. Whoa! What you mean? Just go in the daytime? What the fuck? The fuck just happened here, Bella? What do you,
You gonna be on the first 48 if you go in the evening. That's what she's trying to tell
Bella?
you.
What do you mean?
Go during the day. Go right at lunchtime. Get in and get out. Don't sit around in your car. Go get your food. Get in the car. Lock the doors. Proceed to drive off and go eat somewhere else immediately. Okay? That's what she's trying to tell you. She's putting you on. She's trying to save a life here. So you can't say
Okay,
she ain't do nothing for you.
Bama BQ. Okay, all right. Listen, all right.
Get in, get out. See, she said
Okay.
it's ghetto. It be the ghetto spots though
No,
sometimes.
I'm gonna
But
keep
you
it
know what?
100.
What
I
here's
love ghetto shit.
this is the sad spot part about the ghetto. The food will slap, right? It'll be fire. But then the service is gonna suck. They might mess up your order. They taxing on the prices. and then it's no consistency. But the food be good. So every time you go back, it's like a fiend going back for that first high. You go back
Trav,
trying to get that first,
Trav, shut your ass up. I promise you, I'm going. I
And you
promise
said when
you, I'm
y'all
going.
going again?
May 1st. I
May
promise
1st. I
you, I'm
think
going.
I'll
I
work.
promise. This nigga said you ain't going. I'm going, Trav. I'm telling you that right now. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna get out there and act like I'm that nigga in Alabama. I never get in nobody's state and act like I'm that nigga. I only act like I'm that nigga when I'm in Connecticut because that's what I know. But if I go to your state, I am not that nigga. I am a visitor,
Mm.
and that's just how I act. You know what I'm saying? I go in them places, I get out. Hopefully, I'll get me a little Chevy Traverse where I can haul ass up out of there. But I'm gonna try at least one of those two, and I will take a picture. You know what? You know what, Bella?
I'm looking it up now. They got on Yelp, they got
Bella
4.0
says.
stars.
Bella says, "Laugh out loud. He ain't Trav. I promise you. On that urn, on that urn, I'm going. On that urn. And I tell you what, Bella, being as you so confident I ain't going, why don't
How
you
about
why
you
don't
meet me there?
you meet me over there?
I knew you was gonna say that.
If you listen, John is a witness. If I tell you I'm coming, I'm coming. I'm gonna come. If I say yo, I'm there, I'm there. I promise you that. And you know what? I'll take pictures of me standing outside. I'll have a picture of have a picture of me and my wife out there. And I'm not saying I'm going to eat in. I'm not saying because you just told me don't stay long.
She
So
ain't say don't stay long. She said don't go late.
I'm Bella. I'm gonna be there May 1st. That's on a Thursday. I'm May 1st to May 2nd. I'm gonna be in Mobile. After that, we're gonna be in Boykin. But the difference between me and everybody else is when I go somewhere, no matter what, I'm gonna go do what I want to do. So I'll put my email on the joint, and you can email me when you got time, and I will meet you there. I don't have that problem. You know what, man? I love all of y'all, man, and I'm telling you, hold on. All right, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna take a picture just to show y'all I'm there, just to show it's good on that urn right there. They told me I got a phone call from somebody, from Celeste. Celeste said, "Bamboo, I'm letting you know right now, the place that you're gonna be staying is almost like a shack." I immediately reserved me a room in Thomasville because I'm not sleeping in no shack.
You're
So
not sleeping.
I did. I reserved me a room at the Holiday Inn. It's 45 minutes away from where I'm gonna be, but I'm not sleeping in no shack. So I did get me a room, and so see, she said Thomasville Hood too, but they said it ain't country. They said Thomasville it's a hotel. I need a bed. I don't need no shack. I don't need to be in nobody's outhouse. I need pressure on the water to be a certain pressure. So yes, but yeah, I'm going.
You don't need the weed smells coming through from one room
No,
into your room through the vents.
no. Teresa tell you, man. I grew up on Fairfield Court, man. I'm used to roaches and rats. I'm used to the hood. I'm used
I'm
to that.
not used to I used to be used to it. I ain't used to it no more. I'm bougie now.
I'm used to it.
So then
I'm
you should
never.
have stayed in your first room then if you're used to it.
No. What you talking about? That's I'm used to it. I can go. I could. I'm like a chameleon. I can adapt to my
All right,
surroundings.
you really dragging it.
I
So
can.
if
I
that's
can
the case,
adapt.
then why would you have canceled your first room?
Be. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. They called me and they was like, "Yo, it's like a shack, and I know how you are about a shack."
So then you should
So
have said,
hold
I'm a
on.
chameleon,
No,
bro. I don't
no,
give a fuck about no
no,
shack.
no. I I'm a chameleon. I can adapt. I can.
We
But
are trapped because he's full of it. If you're a chameleon, you're bougie now too, bro. Just say it. Like we did
that
that. We not doing it now by
that
choice. We're
that's not
not doing
true.
it now by choice. You
That's
chose.
not
They
true.
told you. You booked the room. They told you, hey, bro, it ain't what you think. You like, I bet I'm not with
No, I
this
didn't
shit
book a
no
room.
more.
I didn't book a room. They listen. My wife's family. Just listen. I know you don't believe me. I don't expect you to believe me.
Well,
I just
I mean,
want
it's
you to
not that.
listen.
It's that you're switching your story
I'm not
in
switching the
real time.
story.
In real
I'm
time.
not switching the story. We were supposed to stay at one of her family members' house and one of they family members in the woods or whatever, right? And she said, "Bamboo, the room is a shack. It's an old house. Da 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 da. That's all you got to tell me. And
Again, but if
just
you
listen.
are a chameleon, you
Just
would have made that.
listen.
You would have shift shaped it with
Just
your chameleon ass to the shack colors
just listen.
for your 2 days. You could have thugged it out for 2 days since you're a
No,
chameleon.
no. I'm gonna tell you why I can't thug it out for 2 days. Because I'm on fucking day goddamn cation. I'm
Again,
on no,
because
no.
you are
I'm on
bougie
no, I'm not
now.
bougie. I'm on
So
vacation.
you could be
I
on
don't
vacation,
you right.
chameleonizing out in these streets. What are you
You
talking
right.
about?
You right. I'm not bougie. You said I'm bougie? I'm bougie. That's what it is. Just because I'm on vacation and I want to be I love to sleep out in the woods and listen to the crickets and
You
shit.
said you are
I would love
okay
that.
with the rats and the roaches and all that. You're
I'm
not
used to
okay
that.
with rats and roaches anymore, Bam. Stop playing games.
I'm
So if you seen a rat or roach in your house, you're doing something immediately. I'm talking about
I'm
exterminator
gonna
out there
exterminate.
immediately.
I
So,
did
but
that
that's
in
the whole
Nashville.
point. You're not gonna just live there with it. You're not
Just because
choosing that. You're not choosing
yes,
that.
just because you're used to something don't mean that you're not gonna treat the problem. I'm gonna treat the problem. But if I know that it's a shack coming in and I'm on vacation, I just bought a carry-on for 80 fucking bucks. I'm not
Okay.
putting my carry-on. What'd you say? I'm,
So every time Sean say something to him,
yeah,
and he be out of here,
I'm
So
not putting my carry-on where they talk about the roaches is this big and all this. I'm not doing that if I don't have to. If I had to, I could thug it out.
well, she telling you that Thomasville or whatever the hell it is hood
It's
too.
ghetto too. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm not going down there with my suburban. I'm not going down there with
You
none of
just
my
said that on
motorcycles.
vacation you're not going to. It's all right. I digress. It's okay. It's okay.
It's better than the shack.
How
It's
you
better than
know? How you know? Bullet holes.
it's a hotel. That's how
Okay.
I know.
They be having prostitutes and stuff.
I well, I mean, I really like if I'm looking out my window and somebody's selling pussy, I'm good for that. I'm good with that. But listen, at the end of the day, Bella, I will be in your spot May 1st. I will be out there. I will be taking pictures and I will be sending them to Sean, letting them know that I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? And
He
I'm
outside.
being the first to tell you I'm not gonna be hood in your spot because I don't know your spot. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna
I'm
be
telling
bougie
you.
like how he is reformed now.
No, I'm gonna go get what I got to eat. I'm gonna get in the car that I rented, and I'm going about my goddamn business. I don't know nothing about Alabama like that to be out there. Now, if I could get a nigga that's out there to be like, yo, Bamboo, roll with me. If I was with my brother Al, Al knows Alabama. I would be out there with Al. I would. But I don't know nobody out there, so I'm not going out there like that. I'm not being like Young Dolph. I'm going to get my shit and I'm done. And I'm gonna go about my business. Go back to my bougie ass hotel that's in the hood, and that's gonna be that. Point blank. Period. But
Travis said he can't wait to see the next episode of First 48 starring Bamboo.
all right, man. Listen, man. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. That's
No,
our
Al is
time.
not from Alabama. He's not from Alabama.
Al, not you don't know where Al is from.
First of all, you say all. You know what? It's okay. All right, Bella. He
Listen,
from Alabama then. Since tonight we
Bella,
on our chameleonaire shit.
Bella, Bella. My brother Al is from Alabama. Goddamn Georgia. What they call Beacon or something, Georgia, whatever like that. He. If you want to go somewhere with a nigga that's about that, you want to go with Al. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, man, if you're not already subscribed, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Tell a
It's
friend to tell a friend to what, ma'am?
tell another friend, and I know a few niggas to tell them. But at the end of the day, man, that's our time. You know what I'm saying? It's always been a pleasure, you know what I'm saying, entertaining you guys. And if you know anybody that's not subscribed to our channel, you know what I'm saying, feel free to tell them about our channel. Let them look us up and look at a couple of episodes.
And make sure they hit
And,
that subscribe button
yeah,
too. Hit that
and you know
subscribe
what I'm
button.
saying. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna end it a little different tonight, man. It's gonna be a peaceful goodbye. I'm not gonna tell Sean to give you the red button. I'm not.
No, we gotta tell them to get him, hit him with the red button and the swirl.
Well, now you could do that tonight, man.
We can say it nice. Hit him with the red
Yeah.
button, Sean.
That's what
Hit
you
him
want
with
to
the
do.
swirl.
Hit him with the button, Sean.
Hit him with the late night red
Love
button.
you guys, man.